Okay, CBJ Precision Engineered Rifles and Bayou Advanced Weapon Systems bring you this short video. And a lot of you guys have asked why I continually bash the SIG product as far as their optics go. As you know, I'm a huge proponent of SIG firearms, but not so much the SIG optics. Well, I got to admit, when I'm wrong. SIG Corporation actually, I guess, viewed or listened to some of my blogs that were negative but purpose-based, and they asked me to please just try one of their scopes and give an unbiased opinion. And they offered me their 6-20 by 52 millimeter, but I opted not to do that because I actually wanted to see what their low to mid cost SIG would actually do. So I asked to receive the 4.5 to 14 by 44 SigSauer. It's a Bluetooth enabled. This is the Bluetooth indicator right here. The Bluetooth module, actually the transmitter is right here. And I got to admit, from a standpoint of fit and finish, the optic is really nice. I have nothing negative to say. Now, the controls is another question. They are quite sturdy, for lack of better words. They're quite stiff, but that's not such a negative. I mean, you really don't need to be manipulating these controls too quickly. Now the turret controls are very, very nice tactile feel and click to them. The power setting is pretty stiff. Now the power settings are fixed. Unlike most scopes where the power is on the ring, power indication is on the ring, the power indication is on the ocular end of this particular scope. And that's not such a problem either. So anyway, it's a pretty stiff turn, but it'll loosen up in time, I'm sure. Now the turrets, again, I'm going to show you and hopefully let you listen. They have a really nice feel to them. I mean, I got to admit, it's a unique feel, but it is positive. I like it. To reset it, you need to actually use your Allen. Remove the Allen, lift the turret up, and put it back to 0 once you get it sighted in. This particular rifle has not been shot at the range yet, but we will. And I gotta say, from a clarity standpoint too, this optic is really nice. Now, I mounted this particular 4.5 to 14 SIG on one of the lightest Remington 700s that I have. It is a 700 Remington, 300 Remington Ultra. Has a nice custom stock. Yes, it has one of the highly polished, gaudy looking stocks that I really don't prefer. I may knock the finish down with rotten stone and triple aught wool to bring it down to more satin finish. But the fact is, the reason I mounted it on this particular rifle, this is actually a lightweight mountain rifle that I wanted to have in my personal inventory that had just a really nice classic finish to it. Believe it or not, it's got a 26-inch 11-degree crown. It does have a light sporter barrel, so it's very, very light for a 300 rum. Has no muzzle brake. This rifle is intended to hunt with, not shoot at the bench. And it actually started life as a 300 Winchester, but now is a 300 Ultra, which you can see marked there. Okay, so this is a beautiful, beautiful classic Remington. As you can see, the stock is a walnut laminate. It's got a nice walnut laminate finish to it. It has been aluminum carbon bedded, pillar bedded. I did the pillar bedding. And this is just a nice optic for this particular rifle. I have nothing to complain about it. The clarity at night is exceptional. It's got a 44 millimeter objective, not as big as most of them I run, but again, this is a hunting weapon. This is not a tactical weapon, but it does have the 30 millimeter tube, and I put the old standard if I'm not going to remove optics too often. I really like the Warren split rings, called their fixed series, and it's a nice mounting solution for a hunting rifle. I have no complaints. So we're going to run this at the range and see how it goes. Now, remember I mentioned this is the SIG BDX version, ballistic data exchange, and it actually communicates with the Kilo series of the SIG rangefinders, and it also has a ballistics app for your phone. Now, unlike a lot of other optics that shall not be mentioned here, EOTech being one, Crimson Trace being another, these optics will actually run without battery power, even though it does have two 2032 batteries within the compartment here. And but to operate the scope, you don't need battery power. You do if you want to use the ballistics data exchange with it. Now, I'm going to run this through a lot of tests at the range. And again, it's used for hunting. It's not used for bench work. But I gotta say, first initial impressions of this particular optic is pretty darn good. Fit and finish, again, I give it an A+. And just for those of you that want to know my mounting optic solutions, I went with a Leopold steel 20 MOA base on this particular one, 8x40 oversized screw, steel base, aluminum rings on a 30 millimeter 4.5 to 14 SIG optics BDX scope. We'll see how it runs, and we will report back as to the findings and give you our unbiased opinion of this particular optic. Thanks for dropping by. Look us up on the web, BayouAdvancedWeaponSystems.com, or simply go to Google and type in Bayou Advanced Rifles or CBJ Precision Engineered Rifles, CBJ Precision. Those are the signature series rifles that we now build under our new company, Bayou Advanced Weapon Systems. Give us a call, look us up on the web, shoot us an email. Let us know what we can build you. Thanks for dropping by.